I'm here at eTravel Europe 2016 with Patrick Østergaard. I hope I pronounced that right, from the amusement park Tivoli in Copenhagen. Thank you for being here. Now, Tivoli is a typical old world charm amusement park. So why do they need a digital manager like you?
Well, for us, the amusement park is only like part of our business, and we really need to focus on before, during, and after your visit to Tivoli Gardens. And before, and especially after, there's a lot of digital touch points in that whole sort of customer journey, and that's where I sort of come in and optimize and develop that whole customer journey and touch points.
So what are the most important moments where you try to capture the customer, and how do you do that?
Well, loyalty, of course, plays a huge role. So when you visited the gardens, we like to email you afterwards, asking for how your trip went, and also we can see, based on data, what you saw and what rides you used, and we sort of follow up on that and place you in a sort of category, and email you lots of different new events and stuff like that afterwards to keep coming back.
Now, I can imagine it's really important for you that visitors use their social media channels to talk about their visit to Tivoli. How do you stimulate them to do that?
Well, of course, we sort of promote our hashtag on Instagram, and also we do all sorts of sort of activities on Facebook that involves all of our visitors directly on Facebook. Also, we have mini games and stuff like that, also based on social media channels. We do a lot of video content on our YouTube channel that really promotes sort of involvement and engagement with our core audience.
So how many of those visitors are repeat visitors? Because I can imagine when you go to Copenhagen, you visit Tivoli because it's one of the landmarks, but how many people come back?
Well, our season card holders, they usually go to Tivoli about 3 to 4 times a year. We have around 25 to 30% that is tourists. So yeah, it's I mean, if you're a tourist, it's basically just a one-stop, and if you're a card holder, then it's about 3 to 4 times a year.
And you already mentioned that Tivoli is much more than just the amusement park. You've got hotels, theatre venues, restaurants, and next year there's a food market opening. Why is that? Why do you choose for product differentiation?
Well, I mean, Tivoli is a sort of brand that talks to a bunch of different segments, and we really need to sort of accommodate to business segments, to families with teen children and with younger children. So of course we try to really expand our business, not just within Tivoli Gardens, but beyond our sort of physical limits.
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned the physical limits, because Tivoli is smack in the middle of Copenhagen, and I can imagine that especially your repeat visitors, would like something new every now and then. How do you work around that constraint?
Well, one thing we try to do is to build up instead of the other way around, and that sort of takes better advantage of the physical limits that we do have. Also, we try to really expand our core business into digital, so doing new revenue streams based on sort of new businesses like a mobile game and as you mentioned, food market, a hotel and stuff like that. So really try to not be too limited by our physical boundaries. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Patrick.